Well, hello YouTube, I'm back again. Haven't put a lot of content out there recently. I had a few medical issues, nothing serious, so I haven't been driving too much. And obviously since I've been away I have a new steed, and those that are familiar with this bike will automatically know from the dashboard what that is, but for those that don't, I'll show you a little bit later. We're a week away from our annual tour of Wales. Unfortunately, all three of us that are going have all got medical ailments and are on painkillers, and oh, the fun of getting old. Don't you just love it? Lovely to see a few bikes out today. I'm just heading out towards the Isle of Tarmac. I was going to have a little look at a couple of little off-road lanes. I shouldn't say off-road, they're all on-road, they're all highways, but shall we say unsurfaced roads then. It looks as though summer has finally come upon us, and those that are at Isle of Wight Festival have a great time, including my daughter. There was a little bit of rain last night, nothing serious, so I'm sure that it won't be anything like Download was. So yes, the Varadeo is gone. Probably one of the most comfortable bikes that I've ever known. I was in a position to be able to upgrade. I'm not getting any younger, and I thought if I don't do it now, then I probably won't ever feel the benefit of it. But of course, since I've had this nerve which has been stimulated by a bulging disc, I don't think that's the correct term for it, in my neck, and it's sending pain down my arms and in my shoulder, and unfortunately painkillers don't seem to be cutting the mustard. But I have got an MRI coming up soon, and we'll get to the bottom of it and hopefully find some way to reduce this pain. There's Corfe Castle, looking resplendent in the sunshine. We won't miss him. Oh, it's lovely today. It's just the sort of right temperature as well. Nice little bit of breeze. Putting it on gravel setting as we'll be hitting the gravel. So what that does, it sort of just takes the snappiness away. gate opening, give you a chance to have a sneak preview of what we're on today. Well, that's the only trouble with a big trail bike. You've got to find somewhere to stand them up. And there she is, my beautiful Africa Twin CRF 1100, DCT, automatic gearbox and electronic suspension. Now I didn't buy it new, it was 11 months old, and yeah, I must admit, I knew that one day I would have an Africa Twin, but I didn't know it was going to be quite come around as quick as what it has done. And what a revelation. I mean, I've come from a bike that didn't even have ABS, and I've now got all this tech and toys to play with. And yes, I was one of those people that wasn't ever too keen about all this technology, but like someone said to me the other day, once you had it, you understand the benefits of it, it's then difficult to go back. So I get it, I understand how well all this tech actually works for you. And the DCT gearbox, well, it's just incredible. I never thought it would work the way that it did. I mean, so efficiently, so smooth. That's my exercise for today then. Right, we're in gravel mode, and I'm just going to take traction control off. Because I prefer it off. I prefer to feel what the back end is actually doing. Right, let's get stood up on it so we can see where we're going. That's another thing, boy, I like this DCT, is when you have got to change gear, well, you haven't, because it does it for you. But what I'm trying to say is, changing gear when you stood up, I always found that a little bit difficult, because your clutch is in the wrong position, your foot's in the wrong position to do it. And with this, you just let it do itself. Of course, you can ride it in manual mode. If I just wanted to keep it in first gear, I could just keep it in manual. Oh, it's beautiful up here. Absolutely stunning up here. Right, I'm going to stop for a bit. I'm going to take some photographs, and I'll be back with you in a mo. Right, that was a nice little stop. Windy, but it's nice because it keeps it quite keeps that heat off. I'm not going to moan about the heat. God, we've been waiting long enough for it. A lot of people walking on the ridgeway today. Been quite a few go past while I've been here. I'd love to live down there. God, be absolutely gorgeous. Do you know what? I think I'll push it I've only got to stop and shut the gate again. One thing, although this is a big old heavy beast, it's very easy to wheel. Noticed when I first got it how easy it was. I suppose it's everything is relatively new. Chains, sprockets, wheel bearings, everything, but very, very easy to move. Right. Certainly see there's been some cows up here. I suppose there wasn't any up there actually. Oh, talk of the devil. We have some mooage. Now this is going to be a bit tricky because I've got to try and get that gate open without the cows coming through here. Ooh. So I said it's always tricky to find somewhere to. I don't know if I've left enough room for the gate now. No. Yeah, like I say, it's always a tricky thing with a bigger, heavier bike to find somewhere to put it. Right, let's get down there before the cows click on it. There's a gate there. This open. Now this does have a handbrake, so when you're in this situation you can put the handbrake on. Oh, I'm getting old. Good cows. Right. We've accomplished that without any escape cows, so I call that a successful little ride. I really have got to try and get a little bit fitter because oh dear. Well, it's a lovely little spot to take a picnic up or just contemplate life for half an hour. Just missed the steam train there. I can see it in the distance, but the GoPro won't pick that up. It's what you call a proper lane, isn't it? Where you've got grass growing in the middle. And if you think I'm crying, it's not. It's hay fever in my eyes. My eyes are streaming, but people get it a lot worse than me. At least I'm not getting the sneezes and prickly throats and things like that. Isn't it beautiful? Unlike my shoulder, which God, just got to rest that a bit. Well, that's another little place I wouldn't mind living in. You've got a view of Corfe Castle, you've got plenty of room, make a nice bike barn there. Some cottages that you could probably rent out. It's bloody lovely. I think those lads are on their Duke of Edinburgh award. If I'd been about 3 minutes earlier, we would have seen the steam train go across there, but you'd have to do well to time that, I think. What a beautiful village Corfe is. Everybody getting the free parking there instead of donating a bit to the National Trust, but each to their own. Yeah, it's certainly been busy out here by the looks of things. So with the DCT gearbox, there's effectively 4 settings. There's drive, which you wouldn't want to use. It changes up far too quickly. And then you've got S1, 2 and 3. S1 is brilliant for around town, so it changes up quite quickly. Doesn't let the engine rev, so if you're looking for economy, S1 is the way to go. I reckon general tour in S2 changes up, it hangs on to the gear a bit longer, and if you really want to rag it, you got S3, and personally I think it works absolutely tremendously, apart from D, which I don't see the point in having the D anyway. They should have just left it S1, 2 and 3, and that's absolutely fine. The other great thing with the DCT gearbox, especially if you are doing a bit of light green laning, is you can't stall it, which is brilliant. If you were up on a tricky little corner and you were trying to get round and you were feathering the clutch and stalled it, you would sometimes have a situation where you've got the possibility of dropping the bike. DCT, it won't stall. That's a huge benefit. You know, trying to do a 3-point turn in a narrow lane, that type of thing. If you've come up to an obstruction, that's where it really is good. And also, like here, just I'm out for a little bimble, and I'm not up and down the box. I could just sit relaxed and let the bike do all the work. Some people say, oh, it's not engaging enough. Well, it is. You've got plenty of other things. You've got, obviously, most of your time is spent concentrating on people that are not seeing you. So you're fully engaged there, and you're fully engaged with just the love of the countryside, the views, and how lovely and smooth this parallel twin engine is as well. I know I've done a video on my Varadeo coming the other way along here, I think. Little did I know that I'd be on an Africa Twin just a year or two later. Motor Guzzy. I think they're a little bit Marmite. I certainly get it if you want a bike that's got character, because that engine does have character, but it's not for me. I'm just going to have a look up Stone Barrow. If it's not full of cows, then I'll go up it. If it is full of cows, it does make the gates and that a bit tricky, and we'll skip it today. But they could be in this field, the front field, so that could be alright. Another amazing little chocolate box cottage up here. Wow, the trees have grown up so much, you've got a job to see it, but isn't that stunning? What a beautiful, beautiful place. Wow. Right, what's the mooage situation? Well, I would say we're pretty clear of cows in there today, so we'll have a little trot along here. So again, this is a UCR, that's an unclassified county road, totally legal to drive or ride, and as usual Dorset County Council don't put any information about that, because they don't, they're useless. You go down to Cornwall and Devon and most things are signposted, be that byways or UCRs, but Dorset County Council, or BCP as they like to be called these days, most of it is now, not Dorset, you've got Dorset and BCP, Poole, Bournemouth and Christchurch. Oh, I see the string is now broke, so we may have to improvise here. How about that? Yeah, I mean, they could put Orpa, other road with public access or something on there, but no, they don't. unmetalled road, something like that, which a lot of other counties do. That's also a UCR up there. That goes back over to Corfe Castle, but I won't be riding it today because on some of the undulations there's gates, and I just wouldn't be able to put the bike on the side stand and open the gate because it's too steep. You need a lightweight trail bike that you can either don't mind laying down or can lean against a fence or something like that. There is some remnants of the old tarmac along here at points. Look at that though, isn't that beautiful? Another thing I will mention is when I got this, the tyres were squared off, and I thought to myself, well, you know, I've done a lot of research, there's a lot of videos on tyres, and I know tyres are a very, very contentious thing, and it is certainly all down to your choice and how you ride. But I've put on the Trail Max Mission. Really, main thing is the longevity. They do say that these do last a long time. Also, they are supposed to be a 50-50, or so I wouldn't go that far to say they're a 50-50, because I don't think they'll be particularly good in mud or clay or anything like that. But on gravel, they feel absolutely bloody brilliant. And they've got very, very thick tread, so I would assume that you would be very resistant to punctures with that. I got this theory. I think walking makes you miserable. Right, I'm going to sign off, do a couple more photos, and then we'll finish our little journey. Right, just going to get going, but basically that's Poole Harbour, going all the way across to over there. I don't know how much you can see on the GoPro, and I don't know again if you'll see it, but just above that yellow patch on the hill there is the Isle of Wight. So that's where it's all happening this weekend. But what a lovely spot. There was one couple coming up and that was it. There's nobody else here. It's just gorgeous. Oh no, I think there's somebody sat over there. Could be meditating, you never know. Right, just going to go down. There's one more gate to get out, and that's where I'll end this video. But it's been more of a test video as well, because I just wanted to check the cameras, power, various other bits and pieces before the Welsh trip. So yeah, it's been a test, but I just thought I would also introduce you to the new steed. This is what we call quite a sustainable lane because it's very hard surfaced. You can use this in all weathers, knowing that you're not going to create any damage to the lane or surrounding countryside. But you do get sometimes a load of cows in here. If you're comfortable with cows, that's great. If you're not, then I'm just warning you, because Corfe cows are some of the most obnoxious cows I've ever had the misfortune of meeting, especially in the Duster Green Lane and days that we've done. They're just unbelievable. They just won't move, or the ones up on the Ridgeway will hang around by every single gate, and as soon as you rattle that gate they're trying to be off, so you've got to have your wits about you. So right, we'll get through this gate, we'll pull up down there in a sec and I'll say my goodbyes and sign off. Better put the handbrake on again for this one. I know the GoPro doesn't show it, but we're actually facing downhill quite a bit there. The day that somebody can make a GoPro give an idea of gradient would be absolutely marvellous. Everything looks flat on a GoPro, and then you get things like, oh, I could have rode up there on my grandmother's Pook Maxi or something like that, or if you're in the car, yeah, my grand's Nissan Micra would get through that. But don't let them things worry me anymore, because that's what the internet is for, is to give people a bit of a voice, and they can bully without anyone hitting back, so you just let it go. Know a song about that. So again, there's nothing about vehicle access here, but I can assure you this is a fully legal lane for motorised vehicles and everything that falls under that category. But of course, it's still a public highway, so you've still got to be taxed and insured and MOT'd if you need one. Right, we'll call it a day here. I'm going to pack all my cameras away, and it's been a pleasure having you with me on this little test of cameras and power leads and etc, etc. And next time we'll be in Wales, so hope you join us for Wales. Ciao for now. Have a great rest of the weekend. and they can bully without anyone hitting back. So